Fascial compensation is a useful, beneficial, and above all functional response on the part of the musculoskeletal system, for example to biomechanical stress such as overuse or an anatomical short leg. Eventually, as adaptation potential becomes exhausted, chronic adaptive changes lead to dysfunctions and symptoms. By testing the tissue preferences in different areas, Zink found that it's possible to classify patterns in clinically useful ways. Ideal compensation occurs when there is minimal adaptive change. Physiological compensation exists when areas such as the atlanto-occipital, cervicothoracic, thoracolumbar and lumbosacral transition areas adapt with an alternating pattern, one side distorting to the right, the next to the left, and so on. An uncompensated pattern is one in which these transitional areas do not alternate. Zink's research showed that most people display what he called a common compensatory pattern, in which alternate areas of rotatory preference occur. About 80% of people show a common pattern of left-right rotations. Zink observed that the 20% of people whose compensatory pattern did not alternate had poor general health histories. The value of identifying the adaptation pattern is that if an uncompensated sequence exists, there is likely to be a less than optimal response to specific bodywork methods. More general balancing and rehabilitation methods should be introduced until the adaptation patterns become better compensated. To test the atlanto-occipital preference, the neck is taken into flexion to its barrier, and then rotation left is assessed, followed by rotation right, and rotation right is far more free. To test the cervicothoracic junction, the hands are placed under the scapula. Rest your shoulders on my hands, that's fine. And one is raised, turning left, and the other is turning right. And there's a sense that there's more resistance to the left turn than the right. So again, we have a right rotation pattern. We then assess the rib area, the lower rib area, the thoracolumbar junction, and rotation here is assessed one way and then the other. This one is also a preference to the right. There's a resistance going left. And finally, the pelvic junction is assessed. The pelvis is rotated one way and then the other. And there's a greater preference to the right in this one as well. So we have 4 right rotations demonstrating a poor compensation pattern.